So we remember that going from 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6, 7 root 2 is a fourth in string shapes. The fourth of D is G. Only the fourth of E in the cage system, the fourth of C in the cage system is E, because we don't go to F in caged. There's no F in the word caged. Okay, just a little digression there. Now let's get back to what we were doing. So 2, 3, 4. Here's the chords. 3, 5 root, 3, 5 root 3. Okay, so that's when you treat C as the second, you're going to be in the key of B flat. So let's find our B flat. Here's C, here's D, here's E flat. We're going to start on the third. The third of B flat is D minor. So we've got 3. Fifth of B flat is F. Root of B flat is B flat. So we've got 3, 5 root, and then 3. Sorry. Let's try it one more time. 3. Second. It's going to be the third. Okay. Right here. Here's our D. We go 3, 3, 5, root, there. Now the open is 3, it's easy for us. Now up here, B flat, a little lower on the note. We want to get that tonality. Why is that? Who knows why the tonality? Why do we play lower on the note? Because the note map was made for a string shadow on it, as if there was zero action. So once you have raised it up above, you're raising the pitch as you press down. Okay, because I used the formula for that. My bad there. I should have used the hypotenuse. But still, the length of the string isn't everything. It also has to do with how much tension's on the string. That's why we adjust tension here. So you try to get the action as low as it can get to get the note map accurate. So we just played that B flat, okay? But remember, we can do that and see if we started from here, we can go 3, 3, 5, root, and then this would have been where the, and by the way, you can bar a couple of notes on the okay, you can bar a couple of notes easily on the cello or the fiddle, I'm sure, probably. So that's our B flat. So we got all the way C, A, G, E, D. Now did we cover C one more time? A flat. Okay, so let's look at C as the root. What is that now? The C position is A flat. That's the third. Okay, let's do that. So the cage that we're in, sorry for all the moving around, is the CA cage, the last one. CA, here I come. Right back where I started from. No, not really. We're not going back to the ED. ED. So, here we got the CA cage, and if we move that down, sure, we could play that raw from up here. 3, 5. So this is your CA position. 3, 3, 5, root, like that. And then on string 3, 5, root up here, then 3, 5, okay, so those are the triads. Now you can play them as chords. If we look here, 3, root 5, 3. Okay, it's in yellow here. Hello, yellow. We can do 5, root, 3, root 5 right there. So 3, root 5. Now that means we can bar this, we can play this and then bar these two. Something like this. But play does a chord that's not really, it's not really. I had my band-aid finger in the middle there on the root. It's hard to play a chord that goes 3, root 5. Okay. That should be a nice 5 up there. Okay, so we're down here. So it's more of a subtle chord, really. 3, root 5. Here we go. Kind of an early morning kind of. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. It leads somewhere. Okay, looks like I missed my meeting, but that's okay. It's Thursday, and they have a special beginners thing going. Hopefully I'm not a beginner, because I'm just not. I'm going to be able to lead the meetings within about 2 weeks. So, not that I'm going to do that either. Cage link double string shapes. Okay, so that is what's going on with the inversions, but as you know, and also another thing I want to show you is the chart before, the chart 403, cello, fiddle, link, double short, and long string cages. That's just the title. Up here we have the Pent scales, root 2, 3, 5, 6. The 4th is 4, 5, 6, 7 root. The 5th is 5, 6, 7 root 2. So as you know, when you go the 4th and the 5th, see how the 5, you just move the pattern up, move the pattern down. We've been through that with guitar. That's the way we're going to do it with fiddle. So in this first thing here, we've got, let's look at all, let's see if we can get this. I don't know if we could get this. Let's look at 3 shapes here. Let's look at this, the DC shape as the first shape. So suppose we have a root 3, 5 right here. If we want to go to the 4th, which way we're going to go? This direction. Okay, and we're going to go that direction. Let's see if I can get this. So we have, where were we? Right here? Were we at Dorian, or were we going to do this? Okay. Right here. We're going to start at the Dorian. We're going to go to its 4th over here for Aeolian, and we're going to go to its 5th over here. Don't worry about these. These are the modal 1, 4, 5. So in Dorian we got 2 minor, 5 major, 6 minor. So don't worry about that. The same thing in Xylidian. We've got 5 major, 1 major, 2 minor. We'll be working on that in the future, but right now I'm talking about the pentatonic scales and the substitutions. Substitution shapes, cello, fiddle. 4th of the shape, move the pattern down. 5th of the shape, move the pattern up. You can't go wrong, because the pattern stays the same, because there's no tuning third. So we start here, say, in the D shape. We want to go to its 4th, we just move this pattern down. Here we got 3, 3 root 5. If we want to go to its fourth, now the fourth of that's going to be 4, 5, 6. So on this particular box, if you want to call it, we would go 4. Okay, these are Pent scales, but we want the fourth, which is 4, 6 root in triads. So we go 4, 6 root, like that. But if we go to the next box over and use just the white notes there, it's the same thing. Look at 4. 4 becomes root. 6 becomes 3. Okay? So it's 4, 6 root. 4 becomes root. 6 becomes 3. Root becomes what? Root becomes 5. 4, 6 root. Yeah, it would be the fifth of the fourth. If we wanted to go to its fifth, we would move the pattern up. So we move the 2 pattern up. Let's find any old 2. Any old 2, please. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5. If we move that up, we're going to have 5, 6, 7 root underneath. There it is, 5, 6, 7 root. Didn't come out of nowhere. That's the fifth of the pattern. Look at D. What's the fifth of D? A string shape. The triad's going to be 5, 7, 2. Okay, so look what happens to this. It's going to be 5, 7, 2 right there. When we move the pattern up, what do we have? Root becomes the fifth, 7 becomes the third, and 2 becomes the fifth, right? Root 3, 5, 5, 7, 2. Analogous. 2 is the fifth of 5. So there you have it. And you can do that with modes too. You can do it with the minors. So that's how the substitutions work, similar to guitar. Okay? But I can do it better in pentatonics. So if we have a C here, okay, so I substituted we played the root pattern here, the root pentatonic. Then I want to, but really in the key of 1, it would have been, same pattern. And then to the fifth. Okay, that would be here. That would be in the G pattern over here, not on the fifth, but the G pattern's on the sixth. Okay, it's just the same thing. Bring the pattern down and substitute the shape. That's why we deal with string shapes. It's shapes we're concerned with, not the raw note count. Unless we're doing modals, in the modal keys, the note count is a lot better. It works on that. We're out of time. We're out of time. It's been a good lesson. If you like these lessons, down below there's a link for the Facebook group page. Put the link together, and you can view the charts and the videos. So if you like this, like, share, subscribe.